Nestled along the majestic bluffs of the Niagara Escarpment, near my hometown, lay a secluded hiking trail. Infrequent footsteps disturbed the tranquil rhythm of the whispering pines and weathered limestone. Its Allure lay not in grand vistas, but in the intimate whispers of nature's artistry, sheer cliffs inviting adventurous scrambles, and shallow caves beckoning playful exploration. Fueled by the youthful exuberance of 19 or 20 summers, I, along with a band of curious companions, ventured down this path. Curiosity led us, like spelunking ants, to a previously unseen cleft in the escarpment's stony embrace. Intrigued by the inviting darkness, we plunged into the unknown, armed only with the ephemeral illumination of pocket lighters. The air within the cavity, instantly noticeable, held a palpable chill, 20 to 30 degrees colder than the sun-drenched meadow we had left behind. The unsettling cleanliness of the space contrasted starkly with the usual litter-strewn caverns we had braved before. No discarded cans or faded graffiti marred its virginal depths. Yet, an unsettling undercurrent began to swirl within us, a symphony of phantom sounds and unsettling brushes against unseen limbs. The darkness, a canvas for our anxieties, painted vivid scenarios of playful pranks gone awry, each lighter flare revealing our isolated silhouettes, far from one another in the inky blackness. The minutes morphed into an eternity, our unease escalating with each unexplained whisper and phantom touch. Finally, we reached a collective breaking point, fleeing the oppressive embrace of the cave, vowing to return with the piercing gaze of flashlights. Emerging into the open, we were met with the twilight embrace of dusk. Gone was the midday sun that had bathed our descent. 3 hours had vanished, swallowed by the hungry maw of the cave. The following week, armed with the potent beams of borrowed flashlights, we retraced our steps, determined to reclaim the lost space. Yet the capricious escarpment played its hand, concealing the elusive entry, leaving us with only tantalizing whispers of the chilling encounter and the perplexing loss of time. The cave remains unclaimed, a phantom portal to a different dimension of time and shadow, a testament to the power of nature's mysteries and the enduring allure of the unknown. The tale serves as a reminder that even the familiar can harbor secrets, and sometimes the greatest adventures are measured not in miles, but in the chilling dance between curiosity and fear. The asphalt ribbon of the Trans-Canada Highway stretched endlessly before him, a silent invitation to chase the horizon. This intrepid traveler, drawn by the insatiable human urge for exploration, had embarked on a solo odyssey in the vast Canadian wilderness. His compass, a yearning for the unknown, a desire to push beyond the map's neatly drawn borders. His starting point, Winnipeg, Manitoba, a vibrant city nestled on the vast prairie. But his destination was not another bustling metropolis, nor a picturesque tourist haven. He sought the edge, the point where the familiar surrendered to the uncharted. North and westward he drove, the rhythmic hum of the engine his only companion. Days blurred into each other, the landscape morphing from cultivated fields to dense forests. Then finally, to the stark majesty of the Canadian Shield. Every mile peeled back another layer of civilization, revealing the raw, untamed heart of the country. His quest finally reached its end, not with a grand arrival, but with a whimper. The asphalt abruptly tapered into a gravel path, a dead end marking the limit of human intrusion. Yet even as disappointment threatened to cloud his journey, a curious sight snagged his attention. About 2 hours before the road's demise, nestled like a secret against the rugged terrain, he saw them. An unsettling tableau unfolded before him, a cluster of roughly 30 to 35 vintage cars, their chrome glinting eerily in the fading light. These weren't your everyday modern sedans. Their boxy silhouettes and tail fins whispered of a bygone era, the 50s perhaps, or the nostalgic 60s. Adding to the scene's surreal quality was the absence of any context. No gas station, no roadside diner, not even a solitary farmhouse dotted the landscape. It was as if these antiquated vehicles had materialized from thin air, drawn by some unseen magnetism. But the most chilling detail awaited him further down the path. A cavern mouth, its jagged maw barely visible in the encroaching twilight, pulsed with an otherworldly luminescence. And at its entrance, he glimpsed a procession. Figures cloaked in black, their silhouettes swallowed by the shadows, disappearing into the beckoning darkness. His heart hammered against his ribs, a primal cocktail of curiosity and trepidation. Who were these enigmatic figures? What secrets did the cavern hold, illuminated by its own mysterious glow? The question swirled in his mind, a relentless tempest refusing to be quelled. He yearned to follow, to unravel the enigma, but something held him back. Perhaps it was the unsettling isolation, the unnerving silence that pressed against his eardrums. Or maybe it was the sheer audacity of the unknown, its chilling embrace promising both revelation and potential peril. He turned back, the echo of unanswered questions clinging to him like a shroud. He documented his encounter online, a digital breadcrumb tossed into the vast wilderness of the internet. But a year has passed, and the mystery remains. Google Maps offers no clues, the cavern mouth refusing to be located. The memory of that twilight encounter continues to haunt him, a tantalizing glimpse into a hidden world. Was it a figment of his imagination, a mirage conjured by the lonely expanse? Or did he brush against something extraordinary, a secret society lurking in the shadows of the Canadian wilderness? The answer, like the cavern itself, remains shrouded in darkness, waiting to be discovered by the brave soul who dares to follow the whispers of the unknown. The endless asphalt ribbon of Interstate 80 unfurled before us, shimmering in the merciless Nevada sun. We were a young family, my parents and I, escaping the sun-drenched shores of California for the greener pastures of Nebraska. I, a sprightly 5 or 6 years old, was blissfully oblivious to the anxieties gnawing at my parents, the uncertainties of a new life, the miles still stretching between us and our destination. Our journey, punctuated by sing-alongs and rest stops, took a chilling turn shortly after leaving Las Vegas. The needle on the fuel gauge dipped precariously, prompting a pit stop at a roadside gas station. It was one of those relics of a bygone era, weathered pumps adorned with garish decals, a dusty convenience store promising cold drinks and dubious snacks. The familiar chime greeted us as we pulled up, its metallic clang echoing in the desert stillness. My father, ever the stoic figure, stepped out to stretch his legs. My mother, ever the pragmatist, headed inside to prepay for our fill-up. What unfolded within those dusty walls remains a source of whispered family lore, a chilling footnote in our migration narrative. My mother described a scene eerily devoid of the expected emptiness. A handful of patrons occupied the cramped space, their faces obscured by the dim overhead lights. As she approached the counter, a hush fell over the room. Then, in a blink, the lights plunged into darkness. Panic seized her, the sudden blackness amplifying the unsettling silence. She stumbled back outside, the desert air searing her lungs. There she found my father, his own face etched with bewilderment, rushing to her side. He too had witnessed the extinguishing of the lights, the inexplicable shift from normalcy to chilling oblivion. Without a word, we piled back into the car, tires squealing as we peeled away from the gas station, like it was haunted. The rest of the drive was a blur, fueled by adrenaline and unspoken questions. Did we imagine it? Was it mere coincidence, a malfunctioning switch plunged into darkness by our arrival? Or did we brush against something beyond explanation, a flicker of the uncanny in the heart of the vast desert? We found another gas station further down the road, a beacon of normalcy in the aftermath of our unsettling encounter. The fuel gauge ticked reassuringly as we filled the tank, the mundane act of balm to our frayed nerves. We made it to Nebraska, eventually, the memory of that eerie gas station fading into the rearview mirror of our lives. Yet, it remains a whisper in the back of our minds, a reminder of the unsettling undercurrent that sometimes pulses beneath the surface of our everyday lives. Was it a figment of childhood imagination, or a brush with something stranger? something more unsettling than the miles of desolate desert landscape? The answer, like the flickering lights of that forgotten gas station, remains shrouded in the dusty shadows of time. Our 5-day trek through the ruggedly beautiful Matane National Park was a testament to the power of nature and the resilience of the human spirit. With each kilometer, the rolling hills transformed into majestic peaks, whispering stories of caribou herds and whispering pines. It was on the 3rd day, amidst the challenges of a 10-kilometer ascent, that we stumbled upon a remarkable encounter. Emerging from the shadows of a conquered summit, we faced the daunting task of reaching the next. Our legs still ached from the previous day's heroics, and parched throats craved the elusive gurgling of hidden streams. It was in this state of weary determination that we encountered 2 figures seemingly defying the laws of gravity and endurance. 2 gentlemen, seasoned by age and experience, materialized on the trail, their laughter carried on the crisp mountain air. In stark contrast to our heavy packs and trekking boots, they sported a casual attire, a backpack laden with frosty companions, not maps or water, and an unexpected choice of footwear, the humble plastic Crocs. Intrigued, we struck up a conversation, their weathered faces etched with tales of countless treks. They were not mere adventurers, but guardians of the very path we trod. Members of the association responsible for the trail's upkeep, they had dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring the safe passage of countless explorers. Their secret, a hidden path, a local whisper woven into the fabric of the mountains, accessible only through a secret logging road known only to those who lived and breathed the rhythm of the Matane. This shortcut allowed them to reach the summit in a mere 5 kilometers, a far cry from our weary pilgrimage. Their presence was a beacon of inspiration, a testament to the unwavering spirit that resides within both nature and those who choose to embrace its challenges. They reminded us that even the most arduous paths can yield unexpected encounters, moments of human connection woven into the very fabric of the wild. Our Matane trek was not just about conquering peaks, but about encountering souls. The trail, like life itself, is filled with detours and shortcuts, each offering a unique perspective on the journey. The seasoned trail veterans, with their laughter and local knowledge, were a reminder that the greatest treasures often lie beyond the well-trodden path, waiting to be discovered by those with open hearts and adventurous spirits. By focusing on the positive aspects of the encounter, the resilience and expertise of the trail veterans, and the sense of awe inspired by the wilderness, we can share your story in a way that is both engaging and respectful, showcasing the human spirit amidst the majesty of nature. Nestled a few hours outside of town, shrouded in whispers of the macabre, stood an abandoned Victorian relic. No longer a beacon of hospitality, this grand dame of a B&B was now boarded up, her windows veiled by time and neglect. A chain-link fence, studded with barbed wire, served as a grim sentinel, barring entry to the secrets held within. Its reputation, however, was far more unnerving than any physical barrier. Stories of restless spirits and chilling manifestations echoed through the whispers of local lore, branding the place haunted in bold, spectral letters. In the throes of youthful curiosity and a touch of rebellious spirit, I, along with a band of adventurous friends, found ourselves drawn to the unsettling allure of this forgotten haven. Guided by a map tattooed with local legends, we navigated the winding roads until the imposing silhouette of the abandoned B&B materialized before us. Its grandeur, even in decay, whispered of opulent bygone eras, while the silence surrounding it resonated with an unnerving emptiness. Our exploration began on a circular road, a curious loop encircling the property like a protective moat. On our first pass, the windows, like watchful eyes, were obscured by dusty shades. Each subsequent lap, seemingly driven by an unseen hand, revealed a chilling progression. Shades half drawn, then thrown open as if in anticipation, finally slamming shut again in a dramatic final. The air, already heavy with anticipation, crackled with a sudden charge. Goosebumps erupted on our skin as a shiver of primal fear, cold and undeniable, washed over us. In that moment, the whispers of the past, the tales of restless spirits, seemed to solidify into chilling reality. The playful curiosity that had brought us here evaporated, replaced by a raw, instinctive urge to flee. Without a word, we piled back into our car, our tires squealing in protest as we tore away from the spectral sentinel. The circular road blurred into a dizzying vortex, mirroring the whirlwind of emotions churning within us. The abandoned B&B, with its cryptic windows and whispered secrets, loomed large in our rearview mirror, a chilling reminder that some places, like shadows, hold mysteries best left undisturbed. The encounter, though brief, left an indelible mark. It was a glimpse into the realm of the unknown, a brush with the chilling whispers of the past, and while the truth behind the B&B's spectral reputation remains shrouded in shadows, the memory of that day serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that some doors, perhaps, are best left closed.